There it is. I see the red button, so I think we're good to go. So first thing I want to do is I want to say thank you for joining us today. My name is Kim Schaefer, and I am the Regional League Manager that partners with the Indiana, Michigan, Northern, and Southern Ohio PGA sections. Today, all 4 sections and their staffs have come together to provide a webinar on PGA Family Cup. So I want to take a minute and let each one of the 4 section staff members just introduce themselves to you so that you get a chance to meet them as well. So I'm going to let's go Brad, and then Derek, and then Chelsea and Stacy, and let you all take a minute and introduce yourselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brad Sims. I've been with the Northern Ohio section for 4 years, junior golf director and player development coordinator. If you guys have any questions, obviously you can reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to help.
Good morning. My name is Derek Tincher, and I'm with the Southern Ohio section. Been here for a little over 4 years, and I'm the director of operations. So, like Brad said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Good morning, Chelsea Goins with the Michigan section. Been here just over 5 years. Really looking forward to talking about Family Cup today. And if anybody in the Michigan section has questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or Rachel.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Stacy Rice-Dorm, and I'm with the Indiana section. I've been with the section for over 9.5 years now. I'm our director of player development. Pretty much echo everything everybody else said. I'm looking forward to talking about Family Cup today. And if anybody has any questions, definitely don't hesitate to reach out, and looking forward to continue growing our programs over the next year. So thank you guys for joining us today.
So Brad, Derek, Chelsea, and Stacy are 4 amazing staff members that I have the great pleasure of working with on a daily basis, and they are wonderful resources. So I encourage you to reach out to either myself or them anytime that you need anything, because we are here to help you. And I hope you get a chance to know each one of them a little bit more on a personal level. So it's great to be here with you today. We're excited about this webinar, and we have 3 incredible guest speakers with us today that we know that you're going to love hearing their PGA Family Cup stories. We have 2 goals for today. Number 1 is to provide information about PGA Family Cup so that when you leave today, you feel like you have a strong understanding of this new opportunity and you can confidently implement it at your facility. And then 2 is to connect you with other PGA professionals and give you the ability to share best practices with one another and make some new connections. So we absolutely encourage you to participate today. However, we ask that you keep either your computer or your phone on mute unless you're actually speaking. That way, we don't have a lot of background noise, and it's a lot easier for everyone else to stay focused and be able to hear what's going on. But we absolutely encourage you to unmute yourself if you would like to speak. If you're using your computer, that unmute button's kind of in the bar and the lower portion, kind of right in the middle there. And you can also use the chat area if you want to just type in a question, if you prefer to do that. We will see those questions in that chat area, and then we'll kind of address those questions as they arise. So you can also do that if you would like to do so. Before I kind of jump right into the big details of PGA Family Cup, the first thing I want to do is share just a very short 2-minute video with you that I think will kind of give you a sneak peek into the fun of what PGA Family Cup can be. So I'm going to share my screen with you and share this video real quick. And Chelsea, let me know if on your end it's not working. Chelsea and I have been battling some tech issues this morning. So we'll see how it goes.
Kim, we don't see your screen.
That's fantastic. Chelsea and I have tried repeatedly today to get this video to work. And she tried it and I tried it. We've done everything we can. And it's an awesome video. So you need to just trust me when I tell you that there's some families on the video doing PGA Family Cup that are having the most amazing day ever. And there's parents on there saying that it's their most favorite golfing day of the year. So that's my brief summary of the awesome video that is just not going to work today. So we will jump right into telling you all the details about PGA Family Cup instead. So I am going to try to share my screen again, but this time without the video. Oh, hang on. Mr. Vince Bove, go ahead.
You want me to try to share it with my screen?
You absolutely can. Chelsea and I have literally spent half an hour this morning, both of us, and we actually know what we're doing, believe it or not, because we do these all the time, and it's just not working.
I understand. It happens to me too. I just thought I'd give it a shot.
Please do.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
You're just going to see a lot of fun and a lot of.
All right, let me know if you'll be able to hear it.
I will. I'll let you know.
A lot of smiles, a lot of good times.
Good.
With PGA Junior League, we just saw so many families on the golf course spectating, and really our goal and our thought was, how can we find a way to get them off the cart path and into the playing space? And so PGA Family Cup is really kind of that vehicle to do that.
Fun because I can spend time with my brother on the weekends and my dad and my grandparents, and it's just fun.
We set the course up today as a par 3 setup, and also a lot of contests are set up. So closest to the hole, we have a skip balls across the lake. So trying to just take golf, traditionally can be, a little bit more serious. And for a dad like myself with 3 daughters, it can be tough to get out with them in a way that is meaningful for me, but also works for them in their age.
It's cool to see your progression and how far you can hit it now and how good you can putt it.
Watching myself improve, it just makes me proud of myself.
The joy, that laughter, that good shot, that high five, or even the laughing and the teasing. This game brings that out of us, whether it's with our buddies or with our family, and it's everything that's good about golf.
It's making memories with them. I learned to play golf so that I could be with them on the golf course.
For an entire family to be involved in 3 generations, there are a few other sports where you can really do that and have fun.
The first line on our rule sheet is to have fun, make memories, and take lots of pictures. My wife is not a golfer, but Family Cup has just completely energized her, and we'll have costumes on, and we've talked about it for weeks that, Family Cup. Based on the first one that we did, we just had so much fun. So really our goal is just for the families to make lifelong memories together.
Fantastic. Thank you, Vince Bove, to the rescue. Chelsea and I are thankful. I don't know what's been going on our end today, but we've fought it for 30 minutes to try to play that 2-minute video. My favorite line in that video was actually when one lady says, I learned the game so that I could come out and spend time with my family on the golf course. And I think that's exactly what PGA Family Cup has the power to do. So I'm very excited about what PGA Family Cup has to offer. I am going to share my screen with you so that you can kind of follow along as we go through today. And like I said before, feel free to jump in at any point in time with any questions or anything that you might have. So, exactly what is PGA Family Cup? PGA Family Cup really is kind of an evolution from PGA Junior League. So we're not getting just the juniors out on the golf course, but we're getting the entire family out on the golf course. So aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, everybody is invited to PGA Family Cup. And, when we look at PGA Junior League, we see lots and lots of spectators out on the golf course, you know, over on the spectator carts or walking on the cart paths. And we're trying to turn all of those family members from spectators into players. And PGA Family Cup really gives us that opportunity. A few facilities hosted PGA Family Cup in 2021, and the reviews that they got from their families was just absolutely phenomenal. Just overwhelmingly positive. These are actually 2 screenshots that we took this last year on our team. And, you know, one of the pros reached out to us and said, you know, hey, better call ESPN. Our Family Cup is huge. And then on the left, you know, it says, thank you for coming. Hope you had a blast. And this parent responded and said, we had a blast. It was the best time we've ever had on the golf course. So, you know, just really awesome reviews that we're seeing from the families that participated this last year. And I think that represents a true opportunity with PGA Family Cup and for all of our PGA professionals. So when we look at PGA Family Cup, the format, you know, how does it work? It's actually very similar to PGA Junior League in that it features a 2-person scramble format where substitutes can be allowed in every 3 holes. Teams can be made up of anywhere from 2 to 6 players. And like I said before, family, it's kind of loosely defined. I mean, it can be, you know, a stepmom, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, you know, family's family. So everybody is welcome to participate. The 2 players that would be competing in the 2-person scramble for each 3-hole segment, one of those players would be an adult, so ages 18 and over, and they would play with the one other player who would be a junior, who would be ages 17 and under. So for example, you could have an 18-year-old cousin playing with a 12-year-old cousin for 3 holes. Then you could have a grandfather playing with the grandson for 3 holes and, you know, still substitute in and out for each and every 3 holes. So again, just a great way to kind of get the entire family involved. There is flexibility in the format so that you could decide to play 9 holes. You could decide to play 18 holes. You might decide to play from different sets of tees, or you might play from one set of tees and set the entire golf course up as a par 3. And all 9 holes are par 3 holes. So there's a lot of different ways that you can find flexibility to provide the event that you think your families would most enjoy. I will share with you that in our feedback, the most popular format from all of the people that have played so far, they actually really enjoyed the 2-person scramble. And they enjoyed, you know, a series of events to where it wasn't just a one-time thing, but, you know, maybe once a month, you know, have something so that they can make it a part of their kind of calendar, something that they look forward to on a more regular basis. Most of our highest feedback, they said that they actually really, really liked it when it was set up as the par 3 golf course. And they found that they were enticing some of their kind of non-golfers in their family to actually come out and play 3 holes, since it was those short par 3 holes, and they might not have gotten those family members involved if they were playing longer par 5s. So that was some feedback that we got from some of the families as well. So please know that you do have the freedom to design an event tailored to your family's needs, and that you can certainly select whichever format you believe works best for your families at your facility. I am going to kind of kick it over to Derek for a minute, as Derek is going to walk you through some further information for PGA Family Cup.
Thanks, Kim. So like Kim mentioned, there is a lot of flexibility with PGA Family Cup, with the amount of golfers that are involved, obviously the amount of events you offer. For example, you could run a single event, or you could run a series of events. That way, you know, if a family's out of town on vacation, or if they're just not able to attend, they still get to enjoy that experience. So a lot of flexibility with how much you offer. And we actually saw over the past year some facilities that signed up just for a single event and then changed their minds and ended up providing multiple events, as they discovered a lot of their families just wanted to play again. Like I said, maybe they couldn't attend the first one, and they were just getting great reviews off that. So on the screen right now you can see an example of just a single Family Cup event on a Sunday at the in the left-hand column versus the previous week averages at the same facility in the right-hand column. So obviously, there's a significant increase in all revenue, and which just again, afternoon events impressive with those numbers. Obviously, like we said, flexibility with how you price your program as well. Very similar to PGA Junior League, there's going to be fee collected at the beginning of the PGA event. That goes for the awards and the tee gifts. The awards signed by the C, which is a company that provides some really high quality products. So there's really awards. And then the tee gifts feature something the entire team can use together, such as a picture frame, there's a Bluetooth speaker, something that can get everybody involved. So the family picture frame was really popular last year as a lot of pros take pictures and then get those out after the event was over. Let's see, and obviously it kind of helps you as professionals out to provide just enough touch at the end of the event as well. For 2022, the team kits are still being finalized, so that's not completed yet, but it is going to be similar to the 2021 team kit. The team fee that the family is going to pay is $45, which includes the tee gifts and the awards for the event. And then, just like PGA League, you would figure out, whatever additional price you don't charge, you're more than welcome to do that additional fee for your program. So when determining the fee, obviously you want to consider if you're including fees, cart fees, food and beverage to that fee. Maybe you're just charging all those separate fees. I'm sure similar to PGA Junior League, a lot of people will maybe host a party with this. Maybe there's a buffet after, family night at the pool. So obviously, there's a lot of different ways you can get people involved at the club with this one. And then, in addition to that fee, you also want to determine how many you're going to have. So if you're just in one event versus 12 events, obviously that fee can vary. And maybe it's not a separate fee for each event. That one you have families that can attend. And then you throw in a family club opportunity with some teaching. This is just an opportunity to provide instruction and maybe just increase that value to the family at the club. So just a couple other activities that a few professionals at their facilities be like featured awards given for the best decorated golf cart or best team spirit, maybe the best family. So we've heard some really great stories from families about their kids really got into these scenes and had a blast putting together cart decorations or creating family team uniforms. And obviously, saw in the video, line in the rule sheet there was, to have fun, make memories, and take pictures, and words that can keep the event fun and allow the non-competitive families the opportunity to participate, also still win an award. Maybe they aren't, winning the event from a golf perspective.
Yeah, all of those are great ideas for adding kind of some extra fun into your Family Cup event, whether it's that best decorated cart, the Team Spirit Award. I know I've also seen people do like a Halloween theme where everybody's dressed up in their costumes. There's been like sport jersey days. And then I've also seen pros that have done completely non-golf fun activities, like maybe have a little side cornhole tournament or a water balloon toss or an egg toss. Some of them will do walk-up music to the first tee, so the families can kind of pick a song that they want to play. And some of the kids have even come up with their own little dance as they go up to the first tee, things like that. And, obviously the ice cream dessert bar is always something that's very popular as well. So, all of those are things that you can do to just kind of create a little extra fun for the day. and maybe even entice, some of those non-golfing families out onto the golf course for the Family Cup event. And, to Derek's point, there's so much flexibility in how you price the program. And, that $45 per family, it's intentionally per family, not per player, because that allows more family members to feel like they can be involved and participate. We heard from some people and they said that they really liked that it was a per team fee, because they might not have been able to talk, mom or grandma or, a cousin or somebody into coming if they had to have actually paid an extra fee per player. So that $45 per team fee, covers all the tea gifts, covers the awards, and, is a team fee rather than a per player fee. And then it's really up to you as far as how you would like to charge for anything else above and beyond that. So, food and beverage, spectator cards, all those different things as well. I did like what Derek said about possibly including in some sort of instruction for families. So maybe they could come and do, some sort of family clinic here or there, and you can work that into your program as well. So that's enough of Derek and I kind of telling you about the how to do PGA Family Cup. I'm really excited to hear from our guest speakers and let them share their experiences from this past year. And hopefully we can learn from them and find some best practices that maybe we can implement for this new year. So I'm going to kick it over to Chelsea, and she has one of her Michigan golf professionals, Doug Temple, and they're going to tell you all about Doug's PGA Family Cup event this year.
Perfect. Thank you, Kim. Doug, just to kind of get started, I'd love to ask you what type of extras you added to your event. We've kind of been talking about the cart games and the activities and stuff like that. What type of things did you add on to your event? And then in addition to that, can you tell us how many people, how many families you had attend your event?
Sure. First off, I want to thank Kim and Chelsea, because each of you kept it in the forefront for me to think about doing a PGA Junior League, because to be honest with you, with the busy season, a lot of times it just isn't top of mind. It by far ended up being one of our best events of the year. We utilized it as a end of season wrap up for our PGA Junior League teams. We started off by having a fun zone at the beginning of the event. So we had everything from a putt-putt golf course to cornhole, the frisbee games around football. You can see Golfzilla, different target games. We set up a 3-hole snag golf course around the warm-up area, and really invited families to come out early. We had 27 teams, I believe, sign up, 130 players. Invited them to come out early. And to take golf lessons if they wanted. I think we did the themed carts and sports jerseys, and really took our time with the event, driving around, talking to each family, thanking them for having their kids participate during the year, and just kind of hearing their different feedback about the program. I would say that usually there was one person in that group that knew how to play golf. The rest were grandparents or family members that just wanted to be a part of it. When we got done with the event, we had our awards program for the wrap up for our PGA Junior League. We gave out all kinds of prizes, from best dressed cart, best team spirit, biggest age gap. We played a 9-hole event, but we're on multiple sides of the course, so we gave out awards for like longest drive, with an opposite-handed club. They had to putt with a junior putter, just different fun things. So, I mean, we just try to really make it fun. We are definitely next year going to do monthly events. It's one thing that we've talked about, not only for our PGA Junior League, but involving, I do veterans programs, I do first tee program. We want to involve a lot of different families and just get them involved in the game. So our plan is, moving forward, is to do programs starting in June right up through September, once a month. And boy, that'd be awesome if we could get 120 players each month. But so lots of fun stuff. And I already took notes. I don't think there's anything that you couldn't do. And even keeping stuff that's not golf related, I think, is really important, because I think a lot of these groups, they come out there thinking it's golf, but the more things you can implement that are just fun and family oriented, the better off you're going to be.
Absolutely. Doug, can you also tell us kind of about the financial impact that Family Cup had on your facility?
Sure. So with one event this year, we estimate that the facility ended up making about $3,400. We did it on a Sunday afternoon, which was a quiet day. We charged $85 for a team of 4 players. That was on top of the PGA Family Cup fees. And then we charged $115 for a family of 6. Included dinner afterwards. We invited, because some people couldn't make it for the event, we had about 30 participants that just showed up for dinner and the awards afterwards, which was great. So that was good there. And then we're guesstimating on beverage sales. I got a feeling our beverage sales were a lot higher than we actually thought when we figured out the amount. But everybody had a great time. A lot of the people that were out there, that was their point, was, hey, you guys should have done this as like a fundraiser for either your junior league or something in the community. And that really kind of spurred us on to think about next year and how we're going to implement fun themes and fundraising throughout the event. The golf course, I think the other thing that's interesting is the golf course. We did it late in the year. They came back afterwards and said, not only just the income from this event, but like passive income, we need to do a better job of inviting families out and just playing in general. They are actually, they participate with Youth on Course, but kind of passively. So they're figuring ways after this event, like, hey, we can really engage people if we spend a little more time doing it. So I think outside of the event itself, the golf courses are starting to think a little more about how they can be doing things year round and not just event specific.
Yeah, that is amazing. I think you had, some great buy-in from your families, and I love that you use this as a season ender for PGA Junior League, because it's such a simple segue to get people who are already pretty familiar with that format into this event and really get them from spectators to players. So I absolutely love everything that you're doing. The pictures are amazing, and it looks like everybody had a really great time, including the facility.
Yeah, it was excellent.
That's awesome. Doug, your event to me was a success on like every level possible. You mentioned that most of your teams had like one person that really knew how to play golf, and it sounds like they had a lot of people that were out there just kind of learning as they went and enjoying their time at the golf course. And you also said, hey, by incorporating some other non-golf fun events in there, you're creating memories for everybody that steps on your property that day. And whether they swung a golf club that day or they didn't swing a golf club that day, they are associating your facility with a happy memory with their family, which in the long run is going to be huge for your facility and the growth. I love that you said you're probably going to go from, hey, we did it as a season ender this year, to we're probably going to do it more, maybe even monthly and whatnot this next year. So when I look at your event, I'm extremely excited about your success this first year, and I'm even more excited about what's going to come in this next year. So absolutely awesome what you've done there with PGA Family Cup. Does anybody have any questions that they would specifically like to ask either Chelsea or Doug about Doug's Family Cup event? Okay. Doug, fantastic job. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your story. Really appreciate it. I am going to throw things over to Brad from the Northern Ohio section, as he has Meg Stem from Glenmore Country Club, and she's going to share her Family Cup story.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for hopping on the call. First of all, I just want to introduce Meg. She's at Glenmore Country Club down in Canton, Jack Nicklaus signature course. And I think one of the coolest things about that place is that their clubhouse is like an old monastery. Correct me if I'm wrong, Meg, but they turned it into like a really cool clubhouse and like a 5-star hotel. So it's a really cool experience there. But Meg, if you want to kind of introduce yourself, and we can hop into a few questions and we'll go from there.
Hi, everybody. Brad, you're correct. Yeah, it was actually Brunerdale Seminary is what it turned into Glenmore. So the building to be here, it's 175,000 square feet. So if that gives you any idea of how big this place is, I get lost and I've been here for like 15 years. So it's all good.
All right, Meg. So just kind of jumping into PGA Family Cup, I know you're very big into junior golf and you have a big PGA Junior League program, and Glenmore seems to really support what you're doing. But can you just kind of let us know, like, what was the setup and organization of the event for you? Like, how was it, and like, how easy was it for you?
Yeah, so my family cup, much like Doug, it was kind of our season ender after the summer session. The setup for it, as far as the computer side, I think Kim even hopped on with me the first time we went to set up the website and everything for parents to log on, and it was actually very, very easy, and the parents had no trouble signing up for it. So the setup of it is very, very easy. No difficulty in that. And I think with the way that we ran it, it allowed me all summer to kind of talk to families and grandparents and go, hey, don't forget, the end of our summer session, we have this family cup. So word of mouth really helped us leading up to it, and also got the kids kind of thinking, like, what can we do to make it fun for our families? Some of the families that you have listed there, like if you look at the Cleveland team there, Lucas is our club champion, and so he's very competitive, played Division I golf, and the rest of his family does not play golf. And all of a sudden it was hilarious because his mother said to me, she's like, we just got back from vacation with all the kids, and we had more fun playing in Family Cup than we did on vacation because the kids got so involved in it. And again, it brought them all together. And there's Lucas. I'm going, please don't be super competitive in this. And he's like, no, this was so much fun. I think he only played like 1 or 2 holes because the grandparents and his wife were having so much fun with the kids. So I can't say enough about how great Family Cup is.
Well, going into like the day of, can you describe what the day was like for your event? Maybe from beginning to end, and then kind of anything that you did different, kind of outside of that Family Cup mold that they set for you that you did this year, and maybe even talk about what you may want to do differently in 2022.
Yeah. So we did it again. It was August 1st. It was a Sunday afternoon. Not knowing, first year how many families we were going to be able to participate, we did it as tee times. And so we started teeing off people about 2:00. And I always told the parents, like, arrive early because we have stuff going on. We want to grab pictures. And so the scoreboards, what we did was, the kids love kind of being in charge to the parents for one day. So the kids got to name their team, as well as they were the captains. So they became the captain of their team. So, they love having their name announced over the loudspeaker. So I would call them up to the tee and, say, okay, Captain Lincoln, bring your team up. And he would gather his parents and his grandparents, and, we'd give them the lay of the land, and, we'd take their picture in front of the scoreboard. And them being named captain, it was the littlest thing, but I didn't realize how much that meant to the kids, that they kind of got to call the shots that day. The other thing we did was we had a raffle. So any of the kids, whether they were part of the PGA Junior League or they brought in some of their cousins that weren't participants, we had a raffle. So all the kids kind of walked away with something, just to kind of, because again, we're trying to make this fun. I didn't want them walking away going, I got to play golf, so they started off the day with winning something, whether it was a golf towel, a poker chip, a golf flag, whatever it was. They felt like they were already winners when they got to the first tee. We did play some music for certain teams. Like I said, they got to name their teams, and the Cleveland Browns, of course, they were what do I call them? Baker's birdie makers. So they loved, because I'm a Steeler fan living in Ohio, they had to rub that in. So there was a lot of fun things that they even got to pick on me a little bit. So the day of was fun. The other thing we did was through the PGA, getting those tee markers and flags. We actually displayed them that day for the first time. And all the kids were like, wait a minute, I have my own set of tees now. We're not looking for that 100-yard marker or something. So all of a sudden it became even more special for the kids and their flags. And the kids kind of got to show off that, hey, this is my league. This is my golf course. And hey, that's where I get to tee off from. And they actually got to tell the parents where they could tee off from too, since they were the captains.
That's fun. So kind of looking into 2022, is there anything else that you're going to add to what you want to do, or were you pretty happy with how things ended up this year? Like, are you going to add any more games or anything?
Yeah, so, anytime you run it for the first year, you're just trying to figure out what's going to work best and how it's going to run. And as the perfectionist that I am, I just kind of try to keep it simple so that nothing kind of got out of control. But we're already starting the planning process for next year. I was actually talking about it yesterday. And I think we're going to turn it into, we did a 9-hole event, just using the front 9. Because again, I didn't know what to expect. We ended up with 15 families, and they ranged anywhere from a 3-person team to a 6-person team. So what we're going to do next year is expand it even more, use the entire golf course. And then as our summer session, family cup, end of the season before our fall league begins, we're also going to turn it into a pool party. So it's going to, when they're done with golf, we're going to be on the patio having some, dinner, hot dogs, what I might even allow one of the kids to kind of pick the menus as their captain. But end in the pool party, because I have a feeling that the date that we're looking at, they're going to be going back to school within a couple days after that. So it'll kind of be the end of summer bash for junior golf. So I'm already looking forward to it, and I've talked to some parents, and like I said, when I've got grandparents and the club champ telling me this was awesome and it wasn't a competitive nature and they all had fun, I know we've got something moving forward that I know we can make even bigger here.
That's awesome. It's talking about how you would let one of the kids pick the menu since they're a captain. You should have like a little champions dinner. Have like the previous year's winner pick out the menu for everyone next year.
Yeah. And that would be the picture that you're looking at. That's Liam. His team won. And the cool thing was that he picked a flag as his raffle gift. And they finished first because they had to tee off first because one of the parents had to leave to hop on a plane. So he came back down afterwards and he had the flag. And I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, we all signed it. Can you sign it too?" And I said, "I would love to." So I know Liam would love to be involved in picking the menu. I'm sure. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of ice cream involved in it.
That's awesome. All right. So to kind of wrap up with you, is there any like benefits that you've seen from hosting a PGA Family Cup event? Club revenue, recruitment for programs, or player retention?
For sure. Much like Doug mentioned, you didn't realize how much beverage cart sales you were going to end up with. Because of course the kids have to have their Gatorade, their Snickers, their Reese cups, all of that good stuff, and the parents got involved in it too. So I know we made money off of the beverage cart. Also, we didn't do anything as far as including dinner, because again, I didn't know what to expect. That will be included this coming year. So they all ended up staying on the patio and just kind of hung around to see who was winning and what activities were going on after. So yes, the biggest thing I would say is that the parents, grandparents that didn't play golf, all of a sudden, we did this August 1st, they started playing in events. So the husband and wife, they were playing in our Friday mixed couples groups all of a sudden. And I'm thinking, well, you didn't play golf. She's like, yeah, but our couples events are much like Family Cup where there's not a lot of stress. It's just fun. She's like, I'm going to get my feet wet so that next year I can play in the ladies league on Tuesday or Thursday night. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. All of a sudden my player development started to come out of PGA Family Cup. And I'm like, well, this is awesome. So we also had a lot of families that, I started witnessing all of a sudden they're practicing on the range leading up to Family Cup and they're getting their practice session and all of a sudden they're on the patio having lunch or having dinner. So, the little things that you don't think about, they end up doing without even you having to promote anything. So it did. The biggest thing I think was player development outside of that. And I know that I've got 2 cousins that played in it. that weren't in PGA Junior League, they've already told me they're signing up for spring next year. So I know that there's going to be more that do that.
That's awesome. Thank you, Meg. You're doing an awesome job. And I forgot to mention at the beginning, she's our new junior golf chairman for this section. So looking forward to working with you for our junior golf programs, and really appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Kim, for all you guys do in supporting us.
Absolutely. And Brad, Meg, thanks so much for sharing your story. Meg is the queen of fun, and she makes sure that everybody that steps on their property has fun. And I will tell you, if you ever want any ideas or suggestions, feel free to reach out to Meg. She's super happy to chat with you and help in any way. But I will tell you, the one thing that I think that she does that is amazing is she's really, really good at highlighting and recognizing each player. And, just like by making them a captain of the team, that's kind of empowering them and giving them a sense of self-confidence. And, like I know for PGA Junior League in their clubhouse, they have a lot of different TVs around their clubhouse, and she will feature one PGA Junior League player like each week and their name, and, like they go to school here and their favorite food is pizza, and they also like to play baseball, and they put all of these great stats about a player, and they'll show up on the TVs around the clubhouse throughout the summertime to really highlight the players. And, so that her players absolutely love her, and they love coming to the facility because they're really gaining a lot of just self-confidence and self-worth when they're there. So I think she does an amazing, amazing job of that. So feel free to reach out to Meg if you ever have any questions on any of those things. Or right now, if anybody has anything they would like to ask either Meg or Brad about their PGA Family Cup experience, feel free to chime in right now as well. All right, we've got one more guest speaker. I'm gonna flip things over here to Stacy from Indiana, and Crystal Morse is going to be our guest speaker from there. And I can't wait to hear about Crystal's event.
Thanks again for joining us, everybody, this morning. Crystal, thanks for being our guest speaker. I'm going to go ahead and let you, if you'll introduce yourself, and then if you can tell us about your experience with Family Cup this year.
Yeah, definitely. Can you hear me, Stacy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, I just want to say that I really appreciated, I can't wait. I'm going to try to keep in contact with Meg and a couple other pros to kind of pick your brains for next season. But just to kind of give you a little background on myself. So I'm at the Legends Golf Club in Franklin, Indiana. We're a 27-hole semi-private facility. We have obviously 27 championship holes, and then a soon to be 9-hole par 3 course. It was 18, but now it's going to be 9. So we have a lot of area to work with. All to say, the course basically just kind of our operation here at the Legends, like it's very golf focused. So I would say it's not, we don't have a huge like food and beverage operation. We don't have, we have like a small pool. So it's very golf related. So, I would say too that basically with a lot of the junior stuff, PGA Junior League, Family Cup, like I do have people that help me, but I'm basically a one-man show. And so what I want to kind of encourage other pros to do, like, even if you like, don't hesitate, even if you feel like, oh my gosh, it's just me, I don't have like all these resources, like you can totally do it. I feel like PGA Family Cup, this was kind of my, how restaurants have like soft openings. I kind of felt like that this year. I was like, I'm just going to it's had a lot going on. I had like, PGA Junior League, and then I'm like a high school coach, and then I teach and the head pro. So I got a lot going on. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to kind of dip my feet in it this year and kind of see what it's all about, what the response is. And it was wonderful. And again, because I'm fairly limited on time, I was like, okay, I think I did it on like a Tuesday afternoon because it was like a free day, and I did it right after Summer League had ended. So I did it after Summer League and prior to Fall League. And, again, like a Tuesday afternoon, which going in the future, I think I may try to do it on a Sunday afternoon. But I'll be honest, a lot of people here, a lot of families here, they almost prefer weekdays because they have so much other stuff going on weekends. So a lot of the stuff that I plan here, whether it's PGA Junior League or Family Cup, I kind of try to plan it on a weeknight because families appreciate it because they have so much other stuff going on in the weekends. And so, you know, this first Family Cup, I kind of threw it out there. And I think all my participants were involved in my PGA Junior League, you know, my summer league at some point. So I had like 10 or 12 families. What I'll also say is like my kids are in junior league. So a lot of the stuff that I do, I kind of center it with my kids in mind too. I have a 10-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter. So I was like, okay, this is something that we all can do as a family. Because honestly, very rarely am I on the golf course with my own kids that much. So I wanted to take advantage of this opportunity with my own family. So again, kind of going along with Meg, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep it simple. I don't really know what to expect. So this is just going to be 9 holes of golf on the par 3. You know, not a big time commitment, just kind of get everybody out there. So, and I will kind of echo what they said as well. The setup for this was super easy. So all the resources were provided. I mean, I was like, oh, well, I can just print out cart signs and I can print out scorecards. And I mean, everything was just like there for me to be able to print out. Again, being kind of a one-person operation, I was like, this is super easy. So basically what I did on the day of, you know, I staged the carts, had, you know, every family had golf carts, and I made sure that it was all like included in their registration fee. So they didn't have to pay anything additional when they came to the course. It was just all included. So stage the carts, put their tee prizes and scorecards, everything was on their cart when they got there ready to go. Range balls were included, so everybody kind of warmed up ahead of time. And then but one thing that I did add, I kind of added it as I went along, is I was like, you know what, I'm going to do like a little, I didn't do a clinic, but I did do kind of a competition. So a little putting competition there on our practice facility. So I just had all the families come up and I just did a point system. I kind of set up a pyramid around one of the holes. And anyways, everybody had a chance to kind of putt and get points for their family and whatnot. So, and I gave out prizes for that as well. So I did do that ahead of time, looking ahead. You know, I don't want, like, I love chaos. I don't mind chaos, but I didn't know. I was like, well, you know, I have kids that are going to be like 4, and I also have kids that are going to be like 10 or 12. So I guess I didn't want like absolute chaos on the driving range where I just felt like I was out of control. But next year, I think I will probably do it on a Sunday afternoon and do like, you know, football, cornhole, like, you know, just kind of give them a reason to come to the course earlier. I'll probably do a little clinic beforehand. And so all that stuff I'm going to kind of keep, you know, obviously just add to next year. So, and as you can see by the pictures, I mean, we had just a variety of participants, grandparents and moms and dads, brothers and sisters. So it was a fantastic experience. And I will say too, it's funny, and I didn't know how it would be, but the kids do feel like, for some reason on this day, like the kids do feel like they're in charge this day. It was the funniest thing. I'm like, well, this is a funny dynamic. Like, so we come to the course and the kids were just like, okay, you know, Grandpa, this is what we're going to do. And this is where the first hole is. And this is where the chipping green is. So they did have this sense of just like, you know, I'm in charge today. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. You know, so they just felt like they were showing their family around the golf course, because this is the course they had played on like all summer through junior league. So it was kind of funny. They kind of felt like this ownership of, this is my course, this is like my experience, and they're like introducing their family to it. So it was kind of funny. But I will say, and again, food and beverage was not a big one on this. I did supply snacks and drinks. I had like a big cooler of just bottled water and Capri Sun and everything that I let families, you know, it was complimentary. I let them help themselves to that. Did have closest to the whole competition for adults and kids separately. And honestly, I feel like the competitive, like nobody really cared who won. Like it really wasn't a competitive, like they wanted to do good, but you know, again, the focus was just purely on just families being out there enjoying time together. So I would say the winning aspect was definitely not a high priority with most of the families. They just wanted to get out and enjoy it and have a good time. So it was fantastic. I want to, I have so many ideas for next year. And again, we do have, I would say just, I don't want to say limited course availability, but it just kind of depends. Like, I don't know. I think I would keep it to a par 3 still next year. I just feel like the par 3, whether I use the 9-hole par 3 course or whether I set up our championship course as a par 3, I definitely would keep it to the par 3 just for our families. I think it was a great opportunity for them. So, but again, I don't want, my big thing is, I would just encourage pros to do it. Again, our course is probably one of the busiest, especially last year in the COVID year. Oh my goodness. Like, we did like 55,000 rounds just like on the championship course. And so it was super packed, but there was a day, some random Tuesday afternoon that we could get people out there. So again, next year, I just, I'm going to look at it, probably just plan it ahead of time. I am going to do probably a spring, a summer, and a fall. I already do those in junior league. I'll do those. And then I'll probably try to coordinate a family cup around each of my junior league seasons is kind of my goal for next year. I only did one last year, but next year I think I'll probably try to plan a family cup around each of my junior league seasons just to try to get people out there and have a good time. So, but it was fantastic, Stacy. I would totally recommend it and not hesitate, for any pro to just get in there and do it. Super easy.
Thanks for sharing, Crystal. I love listening to everything that you do and all your other ideas each year. It amazes me. Crystal is involved in so much stuff. And like she said, the Legends is very, very busy golf course and everything. And you, with coaching high school, the junior league program, and then this, I love seeing how you like bring it all together and everything. So, and definitely your ideas for next year. Every year you try to make it even better than it was the year before. So thanks again for sharing your experience with Family Cup today with us.
Yeah, thank you both, Crystal and Stacy. And I agree. I would say that Crystal is the master of improvement. Every year she takes whatever she did this year, and I mean, she finds a way to just improve the following year. And I think it leaves her families almost with that, so what's she gonna do next year kind of thing. And they have to come back because they got to see what is she gonna do. But she's really good at elevating every single year. So I love those stories. And any questions at all for Crystal and Stacy about Crystal's Family Cup event? Awesome. 3 amazing pros today with Doug, Meg, and Crystal. 3 really incredible Family Cup stories that they were able to share with us. And I'm just really, really excited about the potential of PGA Family Cup and what it can do for you and your families at your facility. Kind of our kind of slogan, so to speak, is, in sports, your team is your family. With PGA Family Cup, your family is your team. And I really like that. And what I find interesting is, I think PGA Family Cup works everywhere. Today, we had guest speakers that were at private clubs. We had guest speakers at public facilities. Crystal had 55,000 rounds and still found time to work it into their schedule. So I think it's something that can work anywhere and really bring your families together to your golf course. And, that's pretty powerful. Because now you're not having just one junior show up for PGA Junior League, but if you get that entire family there, the income potential from that just goes up, depending on how many family members, 4, 5, 6 times what it was with just that one junior golfer. So I'm really excited about PGA Family Cup. I hope you enjoyed today's webinar. Hope that you learned a little bit about it. I did put up on the screen right now all of the contact information for Stacy, Chelsea, Brad, Derek, and myself. Please know, like I said before, we are here for you. We want to help you in any way we can with any and all of your coaching and player development programs at your facilities. So we highly encourage you to reach out to us anytime you've got questions at all. And you know what? If we don't even have the answers, you know what we will do? We'll connect you with other professionals that you can partner up with, and you can work together and create something together. So we're excited that you were on today. We hope that you learned a lot. This is the 4th and final webinar that we've done. We did the first one was on PGA.coach. Then we did a webinar on all of the new regular season enhancements for PGA Junior League that featured the Game Changer membership model. Then we discussed all of the new championship season enhancements for PGA Junior League that really discussed a lot about the new championship pathway featuring all-star play days. And then we did today's webinar on PGA Family Cup. We have recorded all 4 of those webinars. We will share all 4 of those recordings with you. So if you missed one, you can catch up and watch it. Or if you have other staff members that you would like to view those, you can always share those out as well. If you want to take a deeper dive or learn more about any of those topics, just give us a call and we'll be here for you. If there's not any more questions from today, then I'm going to say thank you for your time. I've got Rachel's raising her hand. She's taking attendance, so I have a feeling she needs to know who somebody is. Go, Rachel.
Yes. Hi. The number that begins with a 216 that called in, what is your name? If you can unmute.
Number 216, come on down. You're going to win some MSRs if you tell us your name. If you can't unmute number 216, feel free to reach out to whoever your section staff member is and let them know that you were on the call, and we'll make sure to get you your MSRs. And Doug,
on the MSR note, just so everybody understands, the section staff will be submitting all of the MSR for all of the webinar and quizzes after December 13th. So if you're checking in your account and you're like, hey, I don't see that MSR for the webinar I attended in November, it's because we are submitting them as one group to PGA of America. So please wait until after December 13th. That's when we'll submit them. So you should see it in your account late December, early January.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chelsea. And for those of you that didn't see it, Doug Temple put in the chat, his email is doug@dougtemplegolf.com. So feel free to reach out to Doug if you have any questions. I will tell you, Doug excels at PGA Junior League with 13U and 17U and with Family Cup. So he's a great resource. So thanks again to everybody. And we really, really look forward to partnering with each one of you for the 2022 season. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for your time.
Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks to all of our guest speakers.